Hey guys, welcome to the Strategy Lab video. If you guys are new, my name is Alexander Nikitin. I'm a professional trader and the developer of the MPS 5 pattern recognition software. Okay, this video will be somewhat strange. It won't be trading related, but it will be, of course, finance related. And after watching this video, you will be able to differentiate, you will be able to distinguish between a real trader who generates money and a scammer. Okay, so what I will teach you today is how to calculate your average monthly return, or maybe annual monthly return. It all depends on average, maybe trade to trade return or whatever. Okay, so let's start. On a number of very popular, I emphasize that, very popular YouTube channels and the number of very popular forex trading mentors, they say this. Just suppose the situation. This is the hypothetical situation, but you should think about the logic of what these guys say. So initial account was 10K, yes, 10K. So this was the initial account, and the ending account after a period of 5 years, let's suppose we take 5-year period, turned into 60K. So basically you understand that the account was multiplied 6 times, yes? So we can calculate the net percentage of that. It is very simple. You divide what you have in the end by what you started from, yes? So you divide it by this, and you have your, basically it tells you that your account was multiplied 6 times, but we will turn it into percentage. It is 600%. So what tells me, what these guys tell next? Okay, it was a period of 5 years, 600%, yes? And they say, my average monthly return, return was what? My average monthly return was what? It is very simple. What is 5 years? It is 60 months. So it is 5 multiplied by 12, it equals 60 months. Was this? It was 600 return, 600 percentages divided by 60 months was 10%. So if you see somebody calculating the average monthly percent this way, you should do the following. You should run away. Run away, because this guy is a scammer. He doesn't know how to calculate the average monthly return. Okay, suppose he generates 10% every month for a period of how many? 60 months. Okay, let us believe him, but we will believe and we will check what he says. So let's calculate. So our initial, the month number 0 equals 10,000, and after 1 month of trading we generated 10% above that. Yes, let's do it. So it equals our previous account plus 10%, and of course 10% of what? Of our previous account. Yes, so the formula is very simple. Okay, so we generated $1,000. 10% is $1,000. Okay, so this is the formula. If you need some time, you should type it in your own Excel to check it. It is your account plus your percentage multiplied by that account. And in order Excel not to substitute any other formula here, any other cell, we should fix that cell using these marks. these dollar marks are actually fixing this cell, so we always take the number from this cell. Okay, so this is our first month and this is our second month. Oh, it's a miracle. You see that? If you would generate it 10% every month, you generated $1,000 first month, and you should generate another 1,000 for the second month. Oh, but you generated more. Instead of 2,000, you have 2,100. Okay, let's go further. Instead of 3,000, you have 3,300. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and blah 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 blah. How many? 60 months. I think it should be here. From here, 60 months of trading. Yes, the count is 60. You see that? Initially the guy said, I turned my 10K account into 60K account, and this means that I generated 10% on average every month. If you would generate 10% on average every month, you would end up with this 3 million account. 10K to 3 million. This is the power of compound percent. Hope you guys understood that. Of course, if you don't know how to calculate your average percent, this means you never generated that average percent. You don't know what was your average percent. Okay, and now guys, let me show you what was the real average percentage. Yes? And here in the second formula, in the cell, let's calculate it this way. So it equals, you should type it down, or maybe you should write it down with a pen and pencil. So your ending account divided by your initial account, and you should raise it in power of 1 divided by the number of months. And we know we are looking at 60 months. Yes, the number of 60 months. And then you should subtract 1. So this is your real monthly return. It is 3%. $303. You see that? To have 60%, you should have 303 monthly return. Okay, now what I would do here, we are using this cell as our percentages. Yes, so what if I type 303 here? So this cell, our percentage cell, equals to this average return on investment. So we go here, and in the end, oh miracle, we have 60K. A miracle. So our initial account, our ending account coincide. So the guy was generating 3% monthly. If he claims he was generating 10% monthly, so you have something that is not true. He would end up with 3 million account. Yes? Yes. 3 million, 60K. Okay, now I will give you some other formula to calculate your average monthly return, annual return, your average trade return. Here we divide it by 60. Here you see that number, 1 divided by 60. So if you know the number of trades, if we divide by 5, so we will find average annual return, because we have 5 years. Yes, 5 years, average annual return is 43%. And of course we should 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. the rest should be deleted. So we have only 5 years. If you wish to calculate average yearly return, of course you have a temptation to think it was, if I generated 600% over the period of 5 years, it means that I was generating more than 100% each year. No, you were generating 43% every year. 43% every year. That's why you had 60 in the end over the period of 5 years. Okay, if you would like to calculate trade to trade return, you can use this formula, but in this cell, yes, instead of 5, you should type the number of trades. How many trades you had? 100 trades over the period of 5 years? Let them be 200 trades. 200 trades. And of course you should stretch it to have 200 trades in the end. So what is the 200 cell? Okay, here it is. Skip that. 205. 200 trades. Total number of trades is this. I skip this because it is 0. It is something we start from. This is trade number 1 and blah blah blah. After 200 trades, you see the number of trades, 200, we have 60k. And our average trade to trade return is 0.9. Almost 1% on average return on every trade. Okay, so using this formula, you can calculate average annual return, you can calculate average monthly return, you can calculate average trade to trade return. Average, I repeat, average. And it is very different from what the scammers say. And it is a pity that these scammers are so popular. Well, I just don't know what else to say. Okay, let's calculate our yearly return by 12 months, and we will delete everything that is below this. Okay, so if you generated 600% in 1 year, if you generated 600% in 1 year, this means that on average you were generating 16% every month. 16% every month, and you multiply your account 6 times in the end of this year. Multiply your account 6 times. Of course, those who tell you that they generate 50% a month, of course they tell something unbelievable, turning 10k account over the period of 1 year, they turn it into 1 million. If you generate that, if you do it this way, well, it is unbelievable. Average monthly return of 50% is unbelievable. Okay, and if you generate it, let's say you generate it this way, you generated 100%. So what you need to generate to double your account in a year, how much you should generate? What you need? Yes. Okay. And oh guys, I didn't do it this way. It should be this. 20k, your ending account, and of course it equals this divided this, and you will see it is a 200%. 200% means that you multiplied by 2, but it is actually 100% above your initial account, so we can calculate it this way. It equals B2. We can calculate it this way. It equals initial minus this, and this one should be in bracket. No, ending minus initial. So it is 100% on top of your initial, yes? So you have generated net percent 100%. And of course, to generate that 100%, you should generate it almost 6% a month. 6% a month, nothing more. Average monthly return is 6% a month. Nothing more than that. Okay, so if this equals to this, to 6% a month, we will double our account in a year. You see that? And I don't know traders who double an account every year. This is so rare. The majority of traders have somewhat 40 to 60% a year. Nobody is doubling, almost nobody. So 60% a year. So it means that the majority of traders, professional traders, and the best traders on earth actually generate 3-4% a month. 3-4% a month. So this is the real picture. The net return, average monthly return of a professional trader over the period of how many? 12 months. Yes? Okay. Now let's go back to my previous Excel spreadsheet. And my previous Excel spreadsheet was here, the one that I demonstrated yesterday. So over the period of 19 years, from 1999 to 2018, here it is, yes, to 2018, using the 1% on every trade money management technique, we generated 172K, 172, starting from 1000, yes, starting from 1000. And yesterday I was explaining you that thing. Okay, the net income here is let me change it into Y, and let me change it into Y as well. So I will calculate it from this column. Okay, it is here. So this is the number of percentages. So the net income was 16,000. Oh, sorry, 162,000 and 369. Yes, and it is 1,624% over the period of 19 years. And let us calculate the number of months we had. Okay, so it was from January. Okay, let's calculate the January. We have ended 2018 August. Okay, the last year only has 8 months. So previous year 2017 minus 1999, previous years have how many? 12 months multiply how many? Okay, we have 99, 2000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17. It was 18 years. Well, very simple. 18 years, we have 216 months over the period of 18 years, and we should add 8 months for 2018. Yes, so total we have 224 months. 224 months. So I will do two types of calculations. First, the calculation that is used by scammers. Yes, so the number of months is 224. So I would do it this way. I would this total number of my percentages divide by total number of months. 7% monthly. Well, it doesn't look very big. It doesn't look big, yes, but what happens if we have 7% monthly? Okay, suppose we have 10k, yes, and over the period of 224 months we were generating 7%. So it should be this. It equals this plus 7% of what? Of our account, of course. Okay, and I should fix this formula, fix the percentage, so the percentage stays the same. Okay, so how many months we have? We have 1, and this is the first, 224. Let's see what happens. Let's go back. Okay, here it is. We have 222. We should have 224. This one is not needed. Okay, so you see, Excel cannot even calculate that. It gives the numbers that are so huge. So they are 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, it is a million, 1, 2, 3, it is a billion, and it is 64 trillion. So to see it better, let's format the cell. Go to format the cell. Let's go to all formats and let's change it to this. Okay, now it is easier to recognize, yes? So we have 3, it is 1,000, it is a million, it is a billion, it is a trillion. 64 trillion, yes, 230 billion, 48, sorry, 64 billion, 230 million, 48 thousand, and 108. Starting from 10k, over the period of 20 years, you become the richest man on earth. $64 billion. It is unbelievable. Of course, that's not true, because the reality was what? The reality was only 172. 172. This was the reality. This was the real. No 64 billion. What 64 billion you're talking about? If you would say that you're generating 7% average on every month, it means that over the period of 19 years you generated 64 billion. You are the richest man on earth. Almost one of those. You are in the top of Forbes list. Obviously, why do you record these videos then? Why do you why are you looking for somebody to teach Why are you mentoring them? Why do you have those monthly subscriptions for $100 monthly? Yes, why do you have it? You have $64 billion. Why do you need that stuff? I would understand if you would do some kind of I don't know, rocket to fly to the moon or whatever. This would be okay. Yes, it is something that works, but I don't know, mentoring only, or selling some products for $1,000, teaching somebody for $100 monthly fee. Well, I just don't understand $64 billion. This is the guys that say that generate 7% monthly, average monthly return. Over the period of 20 years, they are already that rich. Oh, okay. Now let's calculate the true average monthly return. And of course, we should use our formula. So it should be this. Basically, you should calculate it this way. What is your ending period? The ending return was that. The ending account. Sorry. This was the ending account. And we should divide that ending account by initial account. Yes? And then we should raise it by the power of 1 divided. How many months we have? We have 224 by the power of months. And of course we then should detract 1. So the Excel would say that on average we were generated 0.012, and it was slightly more than 1%. 1.28 monthly return. 1.28 monthly return. And of course, if instead of this 7% we would have 1.28 monthly return, in the end we would have this very number, 172,369. 172,369. So it is exactly what we have, 172,368 with decimals, of course. It is almost 69. So this number is true. So let's go have it this way. Now they are precise, coincided. 172,368.95. Okay, so it is 1.28 average monthly return. Average monthly return. Okay, and as I told you in the previous video, if we change our risk a bit more, we would risk 2% for every half of our position. So we would risk 4% total. Target 1 2%, target 2 2% risk. So total percentage is 4. If you would risk this way, our average monthly return would be 2.22. You see that? It is 2.22 average monthly return. 2.22. And if we go here, we would see that over the period of 19 years we generated 1,377,594. It is very possible to generate a million over the period of 19 years. I know guys that generated millions in 5 years. So it is not something that is unbelievable. 1 million. And what is remarkable of that is the drawdown. Percent position size drawdown is only 50%. The maximal drawdown is 50%. Of course, if we will lower our position size to that, it would be slightly less. Okay, it would be less than 30%. So 1% on every part of your target 1, target 2, yes, will give you this number of over the period of 19 years. So this total net income, and of course it will be 1.28 average annual return. Oh, sorry, average monthly return, not annual return. Of course, if you wish to calculate the annual return, we had 18 full years plus 1 year that is not full. Of course, let's type 19 years. Let's think we had 19 years. It is 16% yearly, every year, 16% yearly. And of course we should change the number in this. How many years we had? We had 19. We should have this as the ending one. So this is 16% yearly, average annual return. Every year, 16%. It leads to this over 19 years. Okay, guys, hope you understood this. Now, empowered with this knowledge, empowered with this formulas of calculating the account, you can simply distinguish between scammers who say they generate 50% a month. If they generate 50% a month, it would be amazing. Let's say 50%. You see, 22 millions in 1 year from 10K. In 19 months. Okay, let's type it 12 months. So they have 12 months here. Okay, not 22 millions, but 1 million every year. Is it bad? No, it's not. If you generate 1 million every year, why not? You simply open your account every year, 10K account, and you trade it, and you get 1 million. I also heard somebody saying that they generate on average 100% monthly. Okay, 40 millions every year. 40 millions. Okay, this is interesting, very, very interesting. 40 millions every year, starting from 10K. Some of they say I start from 1K and I generate 4 millions every year. Every year I open an account of 1K and I generate 4 millions. So run away if you hear somebody saying this stuff. Okay. So this is the real 1.28%. Okay, now I will draw the formula and you will remember it. First, what you need to do, you need to calculate your ending account. So open the bracket. This is ending account divided by your initial account, starting, yes, starting account, and it should be raised in power of 1 divided number. It is a number of months here, number of months, number of trades, number of years. So of course if you wish to calculate the average monthly return, then it should be number of months. If you wish to calculate average annual return, then it should be number of annual return, yes, and it will give you, if you wish to calculate average trade to trade return, so it should be number of trades. Of course, this formula, it is something that we type in Excel or whatever. This is raised in power, of course, that, yes, but if you wish a mathematical appearance of that, it looks this way: 1 divided n. This is the power of that, the power of this expression, 1 divided that. So total what is inside of these brackets should be raised in power of that, 1 divided n. N is number, and of course after you calculated this, you should subtract 1 to have the result. So this is the formula. Remember this formula and run away from all those scammers who say something different from this for average annual return. Okay, professional traders generate 3-4% monthly on average, and it is enough to give enormous outcomes. It is enough to double your account every year. You see that? So we calculated that 5.9% is enough to double your account in the end of the year. 5.9 every month, and you double your account in the end of the year. Okay, so the formula is this. Hope you understood that. Well guys, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, share this video on social media, let more traders, especially newbies traders, avoid scammers, let them understand the reality of compound percentages and average returns. And okay, if you want to learn more about my software, because the results of these trades are actually the one that were produced by the software. I created a software that is called MPS 5 pattern recognition software, and it recognizes the patterns. And what I simply did, I simply went to calculate these patterns, calculated the performance of these patterns. So you see, this is the history of Aussie dollar, the one that I am doing right now. Here's the Aussie dollar. So let's go 14, what is it right now, June of 2004, midnight. It was 348 pips, 34.8 pips of risk. It was a loss. So if we add spread to this, and my spread is 0.8, so if we add a spread, it is even greater than that. And you see it, 2004, June 14, midnight. This is the trade that I actually stopped for now. This is my ending, so I will continue till the end, then I will add this to total, and we will see how it actually improves the results. I am pretty sure. So what is this total? Is the result of these 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So just imagine if we have 4 more. It is twice more trades. Yes, it is twice more outcome, twice greater outcome, or whatever. So guys, just a reminder, if you are interested in this software that will recognize patterns on history, recognize patterns for real-time trading, so I just can go for real-time trading. You see it is showing some losers, winners, or whatever, and you see it. Even if price action doesn't coincide, it simply draws the pattern regardless of what was the further price action. It does not fit the pattern into the scheme of price. It draws the pattern according to the calculation, according to the algorithm, and if the price goes there, then we have probability of a win or probability of a loss, and this probability of course is calculated in my testing, in my back tests. So this is the probability of win for first target, for the second target. This is the probability of win for first target, for the second target. But you guys see the annual results. You see the income, which is 1,624% generated simply if you would risk 1% on each and every trade. You see, over the number after this, almost 2,000 trades, you would have these results. It is very mechanical. Simply execute what the software draws. That's it. This is my testing. Of course, there is a bit of discretion. Let me show you maybe something like this. This is invalidated pattern, it didn't trigger, or something like this. You see, price went to violate the initial. So the pattern is an M-type pattern, and when we have this kind of behavior of price action, it simply is invalidated pattern, and the software doesn't care if the pattern was later invalidated. So the pattern was drawn at this point. You already have this, and further price action simply didn't follow the pattern. It didn't hit the pattern. So you see, here it did, here it didn't. The software doesn't care. It does not fit it to history. It draws everything that is calculated. Sometimes a price action obeys the pattern, sometimes it does not. Okay, enough for that. The link is in the description. I hope you like this video, share this video on social media, and until then, good luck and good trading. Hope to see you soon.